I thought love meant, beating on, your loved ones. I thought that's how you show love, by tough love.
I had a baby at 16. I also ended up in an abusive relationship. My addiction basically started when I was 21.
I guess at the time, all the joy that I had just went away.
I have a lot of issues wrong with my body. They think that I have lupus. So I started seeing a doctor, and he was running a lot of testing on me, and he prescribed me Percocet and Dilaudid.
I didn't want to feel anymore.
I got addicted to the pills.
So anytime I would pick up a bottle or pop a pill, I feel like I was in control.
I ended up calling one day to get my medication refilled, and he ended up being fired from the place that he worked for overprescribing narcotic pain medicines to his patients. And I went into withdrawal really, really fast, and it's the worst thing that I've ever experienced. So I called some friends, and they took me out and introduced me to heroin for the first time.
I had to sell, pills. I had to sell weed.
Involved in a lot of things that I never thought that I would be involved in. I was smoking crack as well. Anything that I could do to get money, whether it was robbing places, people. I was also prostituting.
But I had a mind of insanity. I kept doing the same thing, and I expected different results.
I ended up getting involved in a human trafficking ring. I wasn't the only person involved. There were also young girls there that I didn't realize were underage. They had fake IDs and things like that.
I took pride in, selling to people. I took pride, every time I got high or drunk.
The FBI actually ended up having to come and kick down the door, and they rescued us, and that's when I found out that the girls were 15 and 16 years old.
I suffer from depression, and I suffer from anxiety. I suffer from bipolar. And while I was using, I attempted to commit suicide. I don't know how many times, but it was a lot. I tried to overdose on purpose. I tried to wrap a cord around my neck, 'cause I was just tired of being tired of feeling pain.
I ended up going to jail for something that I did out in Cleveland.
And I told myself, you know what, I'm really tired of being tired. I'm really tired of messing up. I want a future. And the only way I can do it is just surrender and give it all up.
Overdosed 4 times in a matter of a month.
I went through the detox. It was terrible.
I woke up with the paramedics over me, found out that it took 9 Narcan to wake me up. I was almost gone.
My fiance told me that they had an event at Lake County called Hope Over Heroin. And I said, you know what, I've never done heroin, but I'll go to support you.
I don't know what made me want to get clean. I just kind of woke up and felt like I didn't want to use again. I believe that I had a divine intervention.
I look around and I see all the dead faces, people on the Megatron, and I see the families crying. And for the first time in my life, I had a conscience.
One of the things that we did was we attended the Hope Over Heroin rally last year.
But it's not too late to turn your life over, that God will forgive you. He's a forgiving person. He loves you no matter what you've done. So it doesn't matter that I've sold. It didn't matter that I used. I just knew if I asked God for help and threw my hands up, that what I did doesn't matter no more. It's what I do today and right now.
My fiance decided that he wanted to give his life over to God, which I had been trying to get him to do for months and months. But he finally decided to do it at the Hope Over Heroin event.
I want to be down with God. I want to be saved. And he put his hands on me. I said, I opened Jesus into my life. And just from that day, I felt just a little pressure off. I felt good. For the first time in my life, I felt actually happy and good. I have cousins that have been shot down. In that moment, I felt them with me, and they said everything's gonna be all right.
And since attending Life Point, we have decided to raise our children in the Lord.
And I want to get baptized. I wanted to be a new person again. I wanted to be not the monster I was, not the person I was. So that night, me and my fiance, we got baptized. And when I came out of that water, I looked up to the sky and I felt the presence of God. For the first time in my life, I felt the presence of God. Because I wasn't supposed to be here. God had been looking out for me from me ODing. And grateful to God, and I'm grateful that he put hope over heroin in my path. Because to be honest, I don't know if I didn't go to that event, might have been still feeling that same feeling that I had inside of me. And if I still had that same feeling and didn't let go of my pain, I'd probably be using right now.
If you're having a hard time getting clean, you're not really sure that you want to, whatever, that it is so.
To anybody who's listening, going through anything, depression, anxiety, struggling with addiction, I just want to tell you from my experience, there's a light at the end of the tunnel. And it's going to be a challenge, at first, because it's a new life. It's going to be scary. But when they tell you need God in your life, or some higher power in your life to get through, it helps tremendously.
The life that I was living before was miserable. I went through a lot of rough things, and I'm hoping that by sharing this and that you can see where I'm at today, that I can help save someone.
Because to now that life I have clean and sober, I wouldn't trade it for anything.
It's the time is right now. I wanted to ask you, will you marry me, baby? Thank you, Pastor Karen, for allowing me to do this.